How we doing, folks? This is Chris Dessi, CEO of Silverback Social and founder of the Westchester Digital Summit. I'm buzzing right now because Dave Kerpen, who's sitting to my right, the CEO and founder of Likeable Media, just came off stage with our closing keynote. And I have to tell you, man, I thought I knew what you were all about. Read your blog posts, read your book, books, plural. Understand what your agency is all about. I know the quality and the caliber of your work. But what you did today, I think, was truly unique and truly genuine. I have reverence for it, and I love what you did. The highlight for me was the thank you card. But tell me a little bit about the genesis of Likeable, and tell me a little bit about what struck a chord for me, that very true to your own self blog post about the hardship of being an entrepreneur.
Sure. So, the thing about Likeable that's so interesting is I wrote this first book, Likeable Social Media, all about social media best practices. And I wrote about things like listening and authenticity and transparency. And as I wrote it, and as I then went to speak about it, I realized that all these principles aren't just principles of great social media, they're principles of great business. And then I was like, all these principles, these aren't just principles of great business, these are good principles in life. So I've just really tried to fully embrace the principles like authenticity and vulnerability. And yeah, the blog post that I shared about when I spoke was all about how early on in our company it was really difficult, and we nearly missed payroll, and we fought a lot, and that was it was a hard thing to write, but it was when you are vulnerable, whether it's in writing or direct to people, I just think people respond to that. Vulnerability really does breed trust, and trust breeds business, and it sounds like almost like a hack. Like being vulnerable is actually a business and life hack, but in a way it is because so many people struggle with that. But if you can actually embrace it, you're gonna stand out.
You said something during your speech that stood out for me when you said saying I'm sorry almost smacks to people as like admitting that they're guilty of something. And I thought that was really compelling, right?
Yeah.
You're kind of like any lawyers in the room, and they don't like saying I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
you're not admitting guilt, you're just saying I'm sorry that you're experiencing that. Tell me a little bit about
It's
that.
so true, and it's like I see this even with my 7-year-old that doesn't like to say I'm sorry sometimes when she gets into trouble. Heck, I say it with my wife when I don't like to say I'm sorry when I get in trouble. But the reality is corporations often don't like to say I'm sorry, and they are nervous about it being an admission of guilt, a liability or something. But that's BS. I'm sorry just means I'm with you, I'm at your level, and I feel for you. And it makes a world of difference whether you say nothing, whether you say our apologies, or whether you say I'm sorry. Think about how you as a consumer would want a business to react. If you had a complaint, if you had a problem, if you had an issue, would you want them to ignore you? Would you want them to say our apologies, sir? Would you want them to say I'm really sorry?
Yeah. You want to be heard.
You want to be heard.
Yeah.
All people want. I cannot believe. My next book is out in January of 2016. It's called The Art of People: 11 Skills to Get Everything You Want in Work and Life.
Love it.
And so my broadest book. So we went from social media to business to leadership to now all about getting what you want in life. And a big thesis of the book is if you just listen to people, that's what all people really want is to be heard. It's amazing to me. Like literally, like you can get so much. Right, in relationships and in business by literally just sitting back, listening with no agenda. It's amazing.
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. Love what you're all about. So you have the new book coming out. What else is going on at Likeable Media that you want to chat about?
So over at Likeable Local on our software side, we're actually just launching actually next week. So by the time this airs, by the time you're listening or watching, it's probably already out there. Exactly. A free product called Likeable Hub. It's our first free software product. It's an app for Android as well as Apple. And it helps you manage your social media. I'm not going to say it's competitors, but you know very well a company that starts with H and a company that starts with B. They're really out there, and we think we have a really superior product actually to those free products. So I'm super excited about that, and you can get it for free at likeablehub.com.
Very cool. Well, listen, Dave, I got to tell you, I knew that it was going to be a win-win for everybody having you come and speak. You lived up to, fulfilled, and exceeded my expectations. I'm certain that everybody in that audience feels the same way. I thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you
Really
so much for
appreciate
having
it.
me. It's been great.
Thanks, man.